Hi, this is Jessica Rose, and you are listening to Furious on Deeper Than Music.
Deeper than music. The core of you, the fans, the truth is deeper than music. Deeper than music. Simply the truth is the latest, the newest. It's deeper than music. Deeper than music. The core of you, the fans, the truth is deeper than music. Deeper than music. Simply the truth is the latest, the newest. It's deeper than music. Deeper than music.
What up, internet land, the worldwide internet on this hot Friday here in the DFW area. This is your man Furious, Deeper Than Music Radio. Behind every great song, there's an even greater story. Today we're going to flip the script. He's been on my previous episodes of my show. We served in Naval Air Station Lemoore together. A fellow Navy veteran, now actor, pro champion, BJJ black belt, published fitness model, the Black Spiderman, and he's also an NSL pro champion as well. How you doing, Ugo?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Furious?
Oh, nothing, man. Just catching up. Hey, man, I was gonna say, it is a trip that we like. I don't know how old you are, but I hit that 40 mark in January. It's just like time flies.
Big 4-0, man. Yeah, I just hit that, man, last June.
Wow, I'm just thinking like, man, how time flies. I remember back in 97 through 2000, we was back in Lemoore, little young bucks, you know what I mean? Now, if I drink a little alcohol, man, I'm down for the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah, so I wanted to catch up with you, man, just to see how everything's going. And then plus, you the Black Spiderman, you got your brand going. You out here doing your thing. Just wanted to catch up and just kind of talk and vibe with you, man, see how everything's going out there. And I want to say congratulations, too, because I think we talked. I don't think we talked before you became the 2016 NSL Pro Men's Physique Beach Worldwide Champion. But I wanted to say congrats with that. I don't remember if it was after you got it or before.
I think we talked before that. Yeah, and I also won it last year, too, 2017. So.
Oh, okay. Congrats, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to, right now, I'm down a little bit. I just had surgery on Monday. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw that, man. What was up with that?
No, it's just a abdominal hernia I've been having for the past 2 years. But, I've still been training and competing and stuff. But it's just gotten worse. So, I had to take this time to get it taken care of because, I got to rep my title coming up, man. And
yeah, you got to defend it, yeah.
So I need at least 2 months, 8 weeks of recovery and stuff before I can start training for that competition, that NSL show.
Wow. So let me ask you a question, man. Since this is a music show, what do you listen to, man? What's on your playlist when you're working out, like gets you pumped up and motivated to, do the NSL Pro Men's Physique Challenge?
Well, for me, like I don't really, a lot of guys, a lot of competitors and stuff like that, fighters and stuff like that, when they're working out, people listen to headphones. You go to the gym, you're wearing headphones and stuff. Me, I don't do that. I used to. Back in the day, I used to. Now, the music that gets me crunk on the way to the gym, as soon as I wake up, I turn on like Tupac. I got like about 300-something songs that goes through. I got Tupac, I got Biggie, old school stuff.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Real jams and stuff like that. Even alternative type music from like back in the 90s and stuff.
Like Nirvana, Blink 182 or
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, good deal, man. And so now that we in our 4-0, man, do you find the workouts get harder? Are they the same? Are you competing with people that are a lot like that are younger or in your same age bracket? Like, how is that now?
Well, the thing is, as a pro, you compete at all ages. Yeah. So I'm going against guys who are like in their 20s, early 20s, 30s now, So it's like, I mean, this is a pro. You're going against whatever age man steps up on stage. So I mean, I've been fortunate, over the past couple of years since I turned pro to be winning. I won 9 pro shows.
Oh wow!
So far. So, and just hopefully I can get that 10th one, man.
No, that'll be dope. So when you do the pro, man, like what are the benefits of being pro? Like by having the title, is it kind of like with Tiger Woods, and when he was pro, the endorsements come. Like is it kind of like like a producer? Once he gets that Grammy win, he's like, okay, I can bump up my price this much. I got this stamp of approval. Is it a door opener as well for your competition?
Oh yeah. As a pro, it opens up a lot of doors. Now, whenever I compete, I'm competing for money. You win. You win, you get paid. As an amateur, you're not getting paid. So you're spending all this money, and then you win, you get a nice medal, trophy, or whatever. But you're not getting paid. And a lot of that too, as a pro too, you get more recognition. One thing I found since turning pro, since getting my pro card, is a lot more people know who I am. They give me a lot more respect, and people, value my opinions as far as like when it comes to like nutritions and workouts and stuff like that. And, my routine, when it comes to getting ready for a show, competition and stuff like that. As an amateur, most people, they don't really, especially people that aren't familiar with the bodybuilding industry. They're not going to be like, okay, well, this guy, he does shows, but then there's this guy here, he's a pro.
Yeah.
I mean, who are you going to listen to respect more?
The pro, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it does open up a lot of doors. I get more attention. I get more offers for stuff. Currently, I'm with ID Life Nutrition. ID Life, yeah. And I'm repping them right now, and, that's turning out to be a big blessing. Best thing I ever done.
So that's a sponsorship, and you're like representing them? You're their model, say, or spokesperson?
Well, I'm what they call an individual associate, but because I'm a pro with the NSL and stuff like that, it's helped me slowly building the business and the brand through that company.
Okay.
So it's like pretty much owning your own business, right? But without going through all the hoopla of buying like an LLC, setting up buying product like on hand and stuff, like spending like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now this company's already established and stuff. I'm hoping like, one day to be the face of their workout lines and stuff like that as it grows. But, it takes time.
Yeah,
but,
and then with you being a pro associated with that, and you already having that platform and that popularity, that helps you with the endorsement or with the company. So you're already known. So I see what you're saying. It helps that name recognition, and your brand is already associated with it. So you already got a platform and people that are associated, and you're a pro. So I mean, you're representing this company. Like, hey, man, if the Black Spiderman's on it, it's got to be good. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yep. I get what you're saying. Also, man, one thing that I researched but we didn't talk about was I see you published a book. I was actually checking it out on Amazon.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I've been on 2 books actually. Like the second book just came out this past month. This dropped on the 30th. Yeah, it's called Ache. You can get that on Amazon, Amazon.com. Yeah, the first book was published was written by Jessica Cage.
Okay.
And it was the second of a trilogy, a 3-part series.
And it was called The Black Spiderman, or?
No. It was called Alpha's Book 2, Jeremiah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was looking up Black Spiderman, and they had a book that said The Black Spiderman with your name on it. And then it had a picture of you.
Oh, yeah.
You see, you forgot about that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I did publish that. Yeah, it's a coffee table book. So it's got pictures and stuff, some of my modeling pictures and stuff like that. So
okay.
Yeah,
that's cool. So people on because I posted sorry I had to cancel the event, our first event, but a couple people was like, especially a couple of my female cousins, and then some other people was like, oh, who's this? You know what I mean? Eyes with hearts in it. I'm like, hey, well, he got a book out. Why don't you go ahead and check that out? So a coffee table book. I'm pretty sure they would love to see that. So what we're gonna do, man? We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll have some more conversation, catch up with the Black Spiderman NSL Pro Men's Physique Beach World Champion 2016 and 17. So we'll be right back here, me and the Black Spiderman, Ugo Arimo, here on Deeper Than Music Radio.
Oh, yeah.
What would you do if the person you love was diagnosed with a rare mental disorder?
Greg?
I did what anyone would do. I took her into my care.
Greg?
No doctor. No facility. No one knows her better than me. I don't know how this happened, but now she's missing. And I must find her before she finds them.
What up, what up? This is Matt James, all the way from Canada. How's she going, eh? And you're listening to Furious on Deeper Than Music.
Yeah, so that was a trailer. One of my actually mentors and joint label collaborator, Gary Devon of MVE Records. This trailer that we just played is Broken Doll. It's a movie that his first independent film. It's now on Amazon.com. And actually, Hugo, man, I'm gonna have to introduce you to my boy Gary, man. We're actually working on another film. And I let him know that you're also an actor and a model as well. So he's going independent route, making movies, and that's what we got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to create your own movement, like you did, man. Sometimes you can't depend on. Well, a lot of times you can't depend on other people to make your dreams happen. You got to make it happen. That's what I try to tell some of these young bucks. You know what I mean? Yep. So you're a perfect example of that. Did you know that Logic came out with a song called "The Black Spiderman" not too long ago? Have you heard it?
Yeah, it came out last year. Hey, people started you know, it's funny. Before it came out, people started messaging me like about it and stuff like that. They were like, "Man, hey, did you know Logic? You know, I never even heard of the guy. Honestly, I never heard of the guy till you know, he came out with that song and stuff. And like, I guess two months before it came out, you know, I was getting tons of messages like, man, there's a song after you. There's a song after you. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, it's coming out. It's an album that's coming out, and this and that. It's called Black Spiderman. And I was like, what? This is a guy named Logic. So I had to look him up on Facebook and stuff. Yeah. You know, and I was like, what?
But I would have tried to reach out to him to try to be in that video. I mean, but I'm like, man, that'll be that. Do you like this? I actually never heard the song, but do you like it? Is it?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I heard it, man, I was just like, "This is cheesy, man." But you know, I mean, you know, keeping it real, man. But after I listened to it a little bit, and I started actually listening to some of his other songs and stuff, I was like, man, you know, this guy, he's not that bad, man.
No, he's actually a pretty good rapper, man. I mean, we of the same age bracket. It's like with the new music out now, man. I really don't pay attention to a lot of it. Unless somebody brings it to my attention. I mean, for me, the beat, I mean, everything, to me, I listen to the rap. You know, I got an 11-year-old daughter, so she's into the music, and I listen to it, and it just, everything sounds the same to me. Yep. It just, like, no offense to the Migos, but, you know, everybody made a big deal about that Walk It Like I Talk It, and somebody was like, yeah, the Migos are the next Outcast. And I heard the song, I told my friend, no, sir. They not the next Outcast. You might want to go back and listen to ATLiens and listen to their first albums. Nah, but I wanted to ask you too, man. How did you feel about Black Panther, man? Did you like the movie, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Black Panther, man. I thought it. You know, honestly, I love the movie. I thought it was good and stuff like that. Now, was it like, you know, like the best, greatest movie ever? You know, I don't think so. I mean, I think it was like, overrated as far as like being the greatest movie ever made, but I loved the way they did the movie.
Yeah.
You know, watching it, man, it was like, damn, dude, I want to put on a suit, man, and go through and start fighting in Africa and stuff, man.
Yeah, because the reason why I asked, man, is just, I don't know about you, but I feel as an African or a black male, the racism has been turned up just a little bit. Well, no, a lot actually. A lot of older people are telling me it's like the 60s, and I feel like especially us black men, man, we're catching a lot of heat, as well as Mexicans and Muslims. Like there's a lot of, I don't want to say it's post-Obama, but this new administration, it seems like the hate is turned up a little bit more. And I just read that there's this actress named Ana Diop. She's cast to play a Starfire, and Starfire is like, she's kind of like an alien, but she has red hair, so it's not known if she's black or white. But Ana Diop is a black woman, and the internet is like outraged. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you know. And I remember you saying when you dubbed yourself the Black Spiderman, you got some hate on the internet. So,
I mean, think about it. Like when you first met me, how did I introduce myself as?
Oh, Puerto Rican.
Yeah. Nah, but I introduced myself as the Black Spider-Man. You know, like you saw the tattoo and stuff like that. I mean, that was back in like 97, 98?
Yeah, 97. Yeah, 97.
Yeah, and I got the tattoo in 96. So, I mean, before that, there was nobody calling themselves, Black, Hulk, Black this, Black Sparta, Black Superman, Black nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I was the original and stuff like that. And I got so much hate when I made up a MySpace account in 2001. Dude, I was getting so much hate for that. It was like, man, why is it about your color? And it had nothing to do with color. It was just, that was my alias and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think just to touch upon what you're talking about, I think, as far as like the movie industry and stuff like that, they're casting characters based on, they're trying to be, correct with the times. And if they want, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a problem with it, personally. Man, I didn't even answer that at all, man.
Yeah, no, actually, it's a deep topic, man. Because I remember and I applied Disney, man, because I noticed with a lot of Disney movies, they're now more culturally diverse. But I know when Star Wars, the recent Star Wars came out, and I don't even know the guy's name.
Yeah, they had the black guy.
He caught heat, man. He caught a lot of heat, and he's still catching heat. And I'm just like, man, even in the Alien movie, you know what I mean? Like,
but he played that role pretty good, though, man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I didn't even understand it, man. But that's a society we're living in, though, man. Black actors, Hispanic actors, stuff like that. Any actors of any kind of ethnicity and stuff like that. We're gonna catch hate for that. I mean, that's just how it is. That's why we got to step up our game. You know
exactly. And I feel like with you, man, I don't think you had those walls, but I don't think now, man. I think now you're universal. Like everybody knows your name, your brand. You got a lot of opportunity, and you just kept going, pushing through. But it was just an interesting question I had, man, because I watch TV and see what's going on, and we all see the same old narrative, and not necessarily where I'm at. I don't I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah,
I'm fortunate to where I haven't really directly been affected by anything, but it's just you see out in the media right now, and it's just like, wow, and especially with this actress playing in the Starfire movie.
Is it that bad? Is it as bad as the Star Wars?
Yeah, she's catching heat, man. She's catching heat for it, and I'm just like, after Black Panther, you think we would move on. I actually read that Lone Ranger was based on in real life a black man. I actually Googled that up. That was pretty interesting.
The Lone Ranger?
Yeah.
I never knew that, man.
So, but it's just, hopefully we'll get over this hump, because I love to see, diversity. Like you do mixed martial arts. unless it's Jackie Chan or somebody else, Jet Li, we really don't see. I want to see more roles like that, or just different people. I'm thinking, what was that movie where they did that Brazilian jiu-jitsu? Is that na way? Like back in, you know what I'm talking about? Back in the 90s.
Nah, that was Capoeira, man. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just and I was just curious, man, to see, because I know you were catching heat. Just wanted to see if that was still the case.
Now they're doing a Blade remake, right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's coming up right now. They're doing casting in Houston and stuff.
Oh, wow.
A friend of mine reached out to me, told me about it and stuff. Told me I should go try out for one of the scenes and stuff, parts in there and stuff.
Yeah, I would, man. But I don't know, man. You think somebody will be able to do it the way Wesley Snipes did?
I'll be honest, man. There's no way you can duplicate that movie. Back then, Blade. Blade 1 and 2 was good. The third one,
I didn't like the third one too much.
Yeah, but 1 and 2 was good, man. He first came out, man. He was bad, man. That's the only reason I got into it. Started trying to even research Blade, man.
Could you remember they had the series, right? Wasn't one of the guys from Onyx? Wasn't he Blade? Was it Sticky Figures or something like that in the series? It was horrible.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That series.
Yeah, it didn't last too long.
That series was horrible, man. So, are you still doing mixed martial arts, or is that something that you kind of close the chapter on that?
No, I'm still doing it. I still train and stuff. Right now, I'm not going to be able to train for another 8 weeks, just, healing from the surgery and stuff. But, I had a pro fight, an MMA fight that I did, my first pro fight last year in, September.
Oh, okay. And how'd that go? Was it?
It was pretty good, man. It was an experience. Like, I've always wanted to do an MMA fight, and the opportunity presented itself. And but going into it, I've cornered, a lot of fighters and stuff, and I've helped coach, train, prepare, fighters getting ready for their fights and stuff like that. So it was different, me preparing and getting ready for a fight, Yeah. It's different from a jiu-jitsu fight. But it was good, man. I won in the first round, 36 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But, people, I get hate for that too. People, they watch the fight and they're like, man, of course you're going to win. You got muscles and stuff. You beat this guy easily, because you're like bigger. I was taller than the guy. The guy outweighed me by 30 pounds. Let's see. Yeah, by 30 pounds and stuff, because I had to fight heavyweight. I had 4 different opponents back out.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was stressful, man. It was extremely stressful, man. I was in so much pain. I had back pains I was dealing with, nerve injuries I was dealing with, knee pains, elbow pains, all of this stuff. But, then the hurricane hit. It was stressful, man. But the fight itself went smooth, man. When you put in the work, good things happen.
But isn't it like it shouldn't matter like your stature? Isn't it basically like speed and tact as well?
Yeah. A lot of it is mental, man. It's mental and just technique. There's a lot of technique that goes into it, like depending on who you're fighting and stuff like that. They could be a wrestler, they could be like an athletic guy, they could be a boxer, a kickboxer, stuff like that. So you got to kind of know your opponent,
yeah,
and go in with like a game plan and stuff like that. And one of the biggest things, as far as like fighting and stuff, is having your cardio on point, man. Because compared to jiu-jitsu, where you don't have to worry about someone punching you and elbowing you and stuff, kicking you, like your cardio has to be like at a higher level. Like, man,
is that just to take what they're throwing at you and to keep moving, or?
Well, that and dealing with all the stuff that goes into it. Like, I had like the day of the fight, had over 2,000 something, 3,000 people show up, fans and stuff like that. Then you have people talking to you, and so your adrenaline is high. So you got to be able to like keep yourself calm at the same time. And then as soon as you step in the ring, it's you and this guy, and you got lights, everyone's watching you and stuff like that. And if you get tired, and this guy, he doesn't get tired and stuff like that, and he can push through, and take an ass, man.
Yeah. How did you feel about the Mayweather and McGregor fight, man? Do you think that was accurate? Do you think McGregor could have had a chance with Mayweather? My thought was, a boxer trains one way, but if a guy's mixed martial arts or doing what he does, he could have had a chance. Or do you think it went down the way it was supposed to go down with him getting beat by Mayweather?
Well, that's the thing. People that are in the sports and stuff like MMA, like people don't understand. Look, if you train mixed martial arts, you're training boxing, you're training kickboxing, you're training jiu-jitsu, you're training wrestling, you're training all
everything.
Yeah. So people are like, well, but the people were like, well, Mayweather, he's experienced and all that stuff. Mayweather's a high caliber fighter, boxer, so he went in with with his strategy and everything like that formulated. He knew, McGregor's younger. McGregor's going to come at him, hard. And that's what he did. He weathered the storm, He didn't go in there and try to like fight him, slug it out and stuff with him and stuff like that. If he would have done that, he would have lost. Mayweather played his game how he knows how to play it. And it went down, like when the fight ended, like it went exactly how I thought it would go. Honestly, I thought it would go to decision.
Yeah.
But I figured it would go, all the way to decision. But I figured, I knew Mayweather would win.
Wow. Yeah, because even at the time, it seemed like McGregor was unstoppable. There was a documentary on him on Netflix, and it just seemed to me.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think MMA, you have to, like you said, you can switch it up. You got to be cross-trained. You got to know all fighting techniques. And I just thought boxing was just, just one technique. And maybe McGregor would have came in with different techniques. But like you said, I think Floyd already knew, like, I got to train harder and I got to beat him. Because if I give him any upper hand, because I'm thinking, like, if McGregor got him in a hold or somewhere, he had him pinned down, it might have been over. But it wasn't going down like that with Mayweather.
Yep. But people don't understand. That's like that's like being a lawyer or something like that. And that's stupid. That's a stupid example. That's like being skilled. You're skilled in one aspect. This is all you do your whole life is one aspect. Boxing, Mayweather, that's all he does is boxing and stuff like that. McGregor, he trains in different facets and stuff. Karate, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all of this stuff. But he doesn't compete in boxing. Like he hasn't had, pro, boxing fights and stuff, matches and stuff. So expecting him to win against a guy as high caliber as Mayweather, who's been doing this his whole life, just boxing.
Yeah.
That's just stupid.
Yeah, because that's where he was weak at, and Mayweather was strong at. So he was going into something. Yeah, like I see what you're saying. Totally, he wasn't experienced like that. Because I know when you box or when you train with somebody, you actually spar with people. And how much sparring was McGregor doing? But you said like Mayweather's top caliber. There's no way you could match that.
Yeah, if McGregor would have fought someone of lesser caliber boxer and stuff like that, I think he would have. He probably would have beat the guy.
Yeah.
McGregor's a good fighter. He's a great fighter, And just to touch up on that, he's going to be fighting this guy named Khabib in October. Khabib is a bad beast, man. This guy, he's probably the best in the world ground and pound fighter. Mm-hmm. The best in the world ground and pound fighter. Like this guy, he gets you on the ground, he's just going to ruthless beat you up. And finally, this is the fight everybody's been waiting for years, man. Him versus McGregor. They're fighting. They're going down in October. That's going to be the fight of the century. The Mayweather McGregor, Conor fight. I was interested to see that fight, but I thought if McGregor would have been able to knock him out, come at him a little bit harder, faster, whatever, try to knock him out in the first or second, third round. That was the only way he would have been able to beat, Mayweather. But as the fight kept going and stuff like that, I mean, there's a lot of conditioning that goes into that boxing, man. Those gloves, man, they start weighing you down and stuff, man.
No, because it looks like a lot of energy, man. And to fight that long, too, just go pound for pound and throwing, moving around, punching, that's a lot of work, man. I mean, a normal fight, let's say a normal fight going to last a couple minutes at the most, you know what I'm saying? But with these professional fights, they go at it, man, even with the MMA and the boxing. And my question to you is, like, when Mike Tyson was in his prime, me personally, Mike Tyson was a beast. But after that first knockout, he wasn't the same. Do you think a loss, a L, like, kind of mentally chips away at you? Or do you think McGregor is, like, still going beast mode?
Well, he needs to get back to MMA. I mean, that's where that's his skill set. I mean, that's because he's well-rounded. He's a mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the money, the paydays in boxing. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
he can quadruple more money boxing, because of his name and his status right now than he can in MMA. But he's better at MMA. I mean, that's what he does. He's good at wrestling. He's got jiu-jitsu skills. And, he's got heavy hands. For his size, people don't realize, man, he's got heavy hands. And his cardio, it didn't look it when he fought against Nate Diaz, but he's got good cardio and good conditioning and stuff like that. But when you can put people away who are your size, and guys who have like tough chins and stuff like that, when you can put them away with a couple of hits and stuff, punches, man, beast, man. But if Tyson was to do MMA back in the day, even in his prime, and he, Tyson would have got beat down, dude.
No, Tyson had some little legs, man.
I mean, he was a tough dude, but if he would have stepped in and done MMA, he would have got beat down. But if any MMA fighter would have stepped in to box Mike Tyson, they would have got knocked.
Yeah, no. Hey, the thing I like about Mike, man, back in his prime, man, I don't know if you saw that movie, but Mike used to stare people down, and you could just see him, like, even before the fight, they was defeated. He just stare at them, and he's like, the minute they looked away, he was like, I got him. And you look at that old footage, Mike is just staring at him. I mean, Mike was a beast back. What was that one fight he had? I forget the guy's name. He knocked him out like 90-something seconds, man. Spinks.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man, he did a lot of guys like that. Remember the one guy? I can't remember none of their names, but I remember one guy, he broke this dude's jaw.
Oh, yeah. Oh, was that the street fight, or was he the boxing?
No, that was a boxing match, man.
Wow.
This guy's jaw. Ugh.
Then they had this guy had a jerry curl, and it looked like they did slow motion. Mike just knocked all the juice out of his head. I was like, good God. So how do you, like, the way you describe it is like there's cameras, there's people, there's lights. Like, how do you block all that out to get you in that zone? I mean, in basketball, that used to hype me up, but it's just like, how do you, like, when you're doing the mixed martial art, even when you're doing the physique competition, like, do you just zone all that out and just like, look, I got to focus on what I got to do and get it done? Like, what is your mindset as you're, competing and going through these things?
Well, usually when I'm competing and stuff like that, as far as like anything I'm doing, like I'm usually, talking to myself. Like, there's words that I'm telling myself, as I'm walking down, about to step up on stage, about to walk down to, if it's jiu-jitsu, when I'm about to get onto the mat and stuff like that, I'm telling myself positive things. You got this, you're the man. All right, it's time to do your thing. You worked hard, you prepared, you're ready. Time to play. Like, I always repeat a bunch of stuff to myself as I'm going down. I try to tell myself one of the biggest things: relax, breathe, calm down, relax, breathe, calm down. Because a lot of people, man, they let the moment get to them, and that's how they end up choking. And the more you do it, the more you start, getting relaxed and stuff. Like like doing this radio, hosting this radio, man. I mean, you're a professional at it, man.
Yeah.
Because you've done it so much now. It's easy, repetitive. Just it's what you do. It's easy.
You know, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that, man, because I think the and this is like when I was air traffic controller. It's all about the anticipation. Like lately, I've been interviewing people overseas, in Ireland, in Norway, and in the UK, and I had one guy up in Canada, and like once you get on the mic, it's like it's normal. It's like relax. You know, this is your element. And actually, one of the guys I interviewed, he was nervous. I couldn't tell because we were just, you know, like we conversating now. So, like you say, once you do it, and it's repetitive. It's just like second nature. And even when I used to do shows and still do shows, man, I'm not gonna lie, I take a shot of brandy, and it's just like, hey, once that music comes on, you know, it's showtime. But
to me, I always get amazed, man, when I see like artists and stuff, musicians and stuff, when they step up on stage. And they just start flowing, and I'm just like, man, how does this guy remember the lyrics, all the words and stuff to a song, man, and just going and just flowing and stuff, man? I'm like, man, I'd forget my name, forget where I'm at, man. I'd be like stuttering and stuff. Like,
yeah, it's like, man, with me, man, the music is my crutch once it goes on, and it's funny because I've done a couple like promo videos for events where you just gotta say stuff. Yeah. And that's harder to me than doing music, man. It's like the music's my crutch. But then when it's quiet, it's like, oh, man, what was my line again? Or, you know, what do I got to say? And it's funny that you say that. I was actually watching this Entertainment Tonight, and I think it was Michael Jackson was doing a Bad tour, and he had one of the Entertainment Tonight interviewers was you know walking with him before he was going on stage, and he was holding her hand, and she said he was shaking like a leaf, man. He was real nervous, and I'm like, Michael Jackson, man. She said his hands was shaking like he was nervous before, but I guess that's the normal, you know, the norm, I guess.
I think it's just that, you know, anticipation. You got the adrenaline rush, man, because it's just like, you know, people are watching, you know, people are listening, they're gonna see this, and you know, once you start like kind of like psyching yourself out a little bit or whatever, your body just naturally starts shaking and stuff. Like I still get nervous before I get up on stage. Like even like when I would do jiu-jitsu, like I had a pro jiu-jitsu fight not too long ago in March. And, you know, I hadn't competed in jiu-jitsu in over like 5 years. Mm-hmm. I wanted to do a pro fight. I wanted to do one more before, you know, I called it quits with that. And I wanted a tough guy. And the guy I was going against, man, Alexander Ciccone, man, tough guy. You know, he's a 2-time world champion, 2-time Abu Dhabi pro champion. Like, wow. I mean, he's like one of the best in the world and stuff, man. And I had an opportunity to go against him, and I had to take it, man. You know?
Yeah.
But I was so nervous, man. Whoa, I forgot. Like just that feeling, that rush, man. Like, man, it was. I had to like literally. I'm shaking as they're calling my name out, and I had to walk down the aisle, you know, walk down the stage and stuff to the mat. And you know, everything's being broadcast online all over the world.
Yeah,
there's like 3,000-4,000 people there and stuff like that. And dude, it's just crazy. Everybody just about to watch me and this guy do battle and stuff. And man, I burned myself out, man. Adrenaline just, I didn't pace myself. But you know, he was a tough dude. He was a tough guy, and you know, it was good, man. Nervous.
So do you think about that too? Because I mean, at least with, I mean, like this right here is on the fly. It's not broadcasted, but you know, it'll be after recorded. It'll be broadcasted, and then even when you're performing, I mean, sometimes in the back of my mind, if there's like people recording and stuff, it's like, damn, you know. Do you think about that in the back of your mind? Like, yo, this is live. People are watching this. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to get jacked up on TV. Like, you ever heard that Martin joke? He was like, man, you know, you have friends that do boxing. He's like, man, did that hurt like it looked? And he said, you got people that get knocked out and don't know where the hell they at. They get knocked out and be like, I want a Caesar salad, 2 bus passes. Like, you don't want to be that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, I mean, I'm a competitive guy, man. So it's like, when you're in that moment, you're not thinking, man, there's everyone watching this stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're just thinking, man, I don't want to lose, man. I don't want to get destroyed by this dude. So you're going to come out like 100%. You're going to give it your all, you know?
Yeah.
And to me, you know, if you're a competitive person, you're an athlete and stuff like that, and you don't train, you don't prepare, and I mean, I don't understand people that do that kind of stuff. They don't prepare for a fight. They don't prepare, you know, diet wise, nutrition wise, you know, all of that stuff, and they just go out there and just half-ass it. And then when they lose, they start making up, you know, excuses and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, if I lose in a match or something, a fight or whatever, you know, I know I can go home and sleep. Yeah, I'm gonna be disappointed and stuff, but I know at least I did my best. Because
exactly. Yeah.
You know,
because I even think Tyson with that Buster Douglas fight, man, you could tell he said he wasn't into it. He wasn't, you know, he didn't prepare for it, and he's like, and rightfully so. This no name Buster Douglas came and did me in. You know what I mean?
Man, that was like the biggest, greatest upset ever, huh?
Yep.
Like, man, I remember watching that fight, man. First time Tyson got knocked down, I was like, what, man? I was like,
yeah, he just wasn't in his zone, man. But he was going through a lot then, you know. And I seen your post on Facebook, like, you dedicated. You like, when I'm preparing for something, this is what I eat. This is how I'm disciplined. I'm not hanging out with these people. I'm doing my thing. And you're right. You have to prepare not only mentally but physically. Because, I mean, MMA, boxing, it takes a lot out of you. You can see it. I look at in awe. Like, when I seen that video on McGregor, I was like, this guy he's got to be crazy. Look at him. He goes all out, you know. But, you know, like you said.
I mean, plus, you know, you got to be mentally focused and stuff. And one of the biggest things, you know, with McGregor, I like it. You know, you can respect this guy is that, I mean, he lost to Nate Diaz at 170 pounds, right? And most people would have been like, well, you know, I fought him at 170, da-da-da. They would have made all kinds of excuses. And, I mean, he was like, you know what? He was better than me. He beat me. He took it like a man. And you know what he did? He took a rematch. Yep. He came right back, took a rematch, trained harder, and went in there. And, you know, it was a good fight. He won. You know, in my eyes, he won. Won the decision. I mean, that takes a lot of balls, man.
Yep. So, hey, we got 3 minutes left. So if you want to let us know what's going on in the future, what you got going on now, some shameless promotion, now's the time.
All right. Well, people can check out my site, blackspiderman.idlife.com. If you need any kind of nutritional supplements, have a free health assessment on there. Let's see, as far as what I got going on for the next 2 months, I'm going to be recovering, healing from this abdominal hernia surgery. And then I'm going to be getting ready for NSL Fitzsports World Championship in November 3rd. So I want to do that before this year is over with. And, you know, I've got some other things that possibly might be coming out. Might be another book towards the end of this year coming out. So we'll see how that goes. You know, I'm trying to get in on as many book covers as possible, you know.
Oh, there you go, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our catch up with Ugo Arimo. Hey, man, I wish you a speedy and well recovery. And again, thank you for coming out to Deeper Than Music Radio. Behind every great song, there's an even greater story. And right now, we talk to the man himself, the Black Spiderman, Ugo Arimo. This is Furious signing off.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me, man.
It's in you to break on through, see it through till the end. In this winter times, life cuts like a knife, feel like you might say goodnight. Don't give up the fight or lose sight, pull through. It's in you to break on through, see it through till the end. Be bold, never fold, hold sacred, vacant hold, smoking dust, when the bus touch the sky, beat the proud, say goodbye, sink, swim, situations, contemplated the devastation, strive to be the livest like the virus, to defy this like sirens, crying inside, ride or die, till my dreams coincide with reality, a balladry, imagining dragging me to defeat, weak, reach my peak, deep within, the fire's burning, yearning to let loose till the truth, you defeated, my allegiance to winning ain't thinning, beginning to end, I'll defend my honor, till you reach the calm. Life cuts like a knife, feel like you might say goodnight. Don't give up the fight or lose sight. Pull through, it's in you to break on through.